pounding and drilling next door. Hi, my name is Yolanda and welcome back to my channel. I'm still excited about Pam and Tommy. Episode 2 and 3, I'm going to have to do a mega dose of this because I am pressed for time. I am always pressed for time. Might not be on time all of the time, but hopefully this is entertaining to you. And if it is, please like, comment, and subscribe. I live for the engagements. This is a brand spanking new channel. I need all the help that I can get. Okay, Pam and Tommy. Episode 2. This is a love story. For all of you that have watched And Just Like That and Pam and Tommy, we're going to get our romance fix here. Start. Pam and Tommy are getting it on, but we're going to save that for another time. Uncle Milty and Rand, the creeps that they are, watching the tape. Bad intentions. They have bad intentions, but we know this, right? And a lot of this story does follow Rand. We'll get to Rand in episode 3 breakdown, but episode 2, the highlights. Number 1, we are in the club. We are in the club. It brought me back. The soundtrack for this is very discordant. It's like 50s, 60s, a little bit of 70s, very romantic. It's like the mobster movie starter pack. We've heard these songs if you watch a lot of gangster movies. They come in when I guess we're supposed to feel the love between Pam and Tommy, and then a lot of hip hop because it's 1994. I was dancing in my living room. I remember the Tootsie Roll. I can still do the Tootsie Roll. Okay, so cotton candy, sweet and low. You see that Tootsie Roll? Oh my God. I was happy, joyful, because like I said before, I was underage at the time, but I realized something about myself. I am attracted to very dangerous people. In the club, Pam is declaring she is done with bad boys. She is done. She's sitting with her friends, her, starter pack, black best friend. The generic black best friend Melanie is giving her sound advice. You need someone who's stable. Like you're done with the bad boys. And Pam is like, yes, I need an accountant. I was an accountant for like a decade. Hey, bad boys are out. She buys shots for the club. Tommy Lee at the time, if I remember correctly, and I think I was reading this, was with Bobby Brown, but he becomes enthralled. He sees Pamela Anderson and he's like, I want that. Now, I'm like, I was calling him all types of ridiculous, like in the first episode, because Tommy Lee was all types of ridiculous. He wasn't treating people right, and that's important to me. But in the moment, if a Tommy Lee type went and did what he did, you can't lick my face though. I would have put a stop to that. But that laser focus, that like, I want this, I need that in a person. I was describing my ideal, like what needs to happen for me to get paired up again. That kind of is like it, without, swapping spit. No spit on my face. I spent a lot of time putting my makeup on. No. So Tommy, with all of that swagger, who has that? Like, can you have that and not be a total asshole? He rolls up and he pulled a Rick James. He was like, I'm Tommy Lee. Enjoy. And then Pam mirroring like the action, saying, hey, I see you, but I'm not going to give you access, goes ahead and licks her girlfriend, and they do it in a circle, and it's a very social thing. But when it came to my girl Melody, she's like, you are not licking my face. I'll kiss you though. And that's exactly the type of thing I have done when encountered with some foolishness. I'm like, you're not gonna do that. I skipped over the fact that like Tommy became stalker creepy. Started calling her all hours of the day. She's like, I'm going to Cancun, okay? I've got business to do. And Tommy's like, I'm coming too. He does show up there and calls, leaves a message as Hughie Wiener. This is how Tommy Lee would have got me. I'm a sucker for bad puns. The icicle that is my heart melts with bad puns. So if I got a phone call from Hugh G. Wiener, I would have taken it. I would have gone out. That would have been it. It would have been it. I would have been like, okay, this is it. We're doing the thing. We're doing the thing, right? And Pam is surrounded by all of these quote unquote boring guys. But listen, I had a boring job. I've never been boring. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay. So, Hugh, we are gonna call the appendage. We're gonna call the appendage Hugh. So, Tommy, in what universe? I know I've jumped timelines again. I know I have. In what universe is a man having a conversation with his member, Hugh G, and the member happens to make more sense than anyone in this entire series? I was like, it sounds logical to me. I have an active imagination. So I have had conversations. I've had this conversation with other people's members. And this is why I'm saying, it's not my head. But it's never this positive. It's never this affirming. It's never this logical. Hugh is like, make some sense, Tommy. He's like, there are plenty of fish in the sea. You just got divorced. You're not going to get married again, okay? Enjoy yourself, have fun, move on. For all parties involved, that's the best thing to happen. How it's it spoke to us. I'm like that M&M's commercial. They do exist. I want Hugh G. Wiener to win an Academy Award. That was an amazing, masterful performance in so many ways. Whirlwind romance, they're doing a lot of dancing, which is valid form of courtship in my book. They're doing a lot of dancing. They are exploring each other's bodies. They are doing a lot of drugs and drinking a lot. But, it's fun to watch. Get to the scene where Tommy gets down on one knee. Very romantic. He's like, we've done a little exploring, but I'm saving it for the wedding day, which happened 4 days after they met. I've been thinking about there would be a lot of people who say this doesn't make any sense. How are you going to marry someone you met 4 days later? Some of the most successful marriages are arranged sight unseen, no courtship. So at least they had the time, and the divorce rate is the same no matter how long you've known someone. If I ever, and I can't say never, but the probability is no. If I were ever to get hitched again, it would probably be something like this, where I'm like, okay, you're my person, and we're okay with it. So, they get married, they do the do. They do the do. It was nice to watch. Then they get to know each other on the plane and realize that they only have one thing in common: loving French fries. But as the rest of the episode unfolds, we find out that Pam wants to be a mom, and Tommy is willing to oblige because he likes practicing. Endearing, lovely, wonderful. Why these two might actually make a go of it. Might be a successful romance, not necessarily marriage. The King and I, getting to know you, getting to know all about you. Oh my God. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. And it made me think of romance and love. And it's been a while. And I'm too pragmatic for all of that now. But a girl can dream, right? A girl can dream. So that is the end of episode 2. We're going to roll right into episode 3. We are following. Where's my plaid? Oh, outfit of the episode. Outfit of the episode. I'm going to give it to Pam in that it's not quite maroon, but it's not really red either. bodycon, leather, patent leather dress. Like, I could use one of those. Let me give you a note on Uncle Milty, okay? All right, Ron Swanson from The Office is probably my ideal match. Okay, like if I'm being honest with myself, if I end up with a Ron Swanson type, that is probably the best match for me. There's a ceremony. Rand is put the videotape on an altar. He has, I don't know what he has. I don't know if it's rosemary thyme. I don't know what he's burning. He's got a feather, and he is blessing the videotape with the ill intentions. He's like, these people have wronged me, and I'm gonna get mine. And he asks for money, and that says a lot about our current political situation. Okay. We don't talk about the grift involved with the belief system of some of these people. QAnon. We do not talk about the financial gain that is being hoped and preyed upon for these people. Okay, so they're shopping the tape. Now, like, how many times do you have to hear no? And maybe this is my problem. I give up too quickly. But, like, these people are going around, and every time they are told they need a release because legally they are not supposed to have that tape. When does it get into their brains? Why, seriously? And I know how these things happen because we don't think ahead. I'm irrational. I think about these things. I do deeply. What is the next step? What is the outcome of my actions at any given moment? Okay? What is the outcome? What's the worst thing that can happen? That's where my brain always goes to. But apparently a lot of people are way too optimistic about their prospects. Yeah, we were criming, but I don't really think of it as a crime. Is that how we do this? Is that how we do all of this crime? Like, we don't think of it as a crime. I wouldn't use the word stealing. I didn't steal that tape. I seized it for compensatory damages. That is never not going to be funny to me. Every time he says it, compensatory. Anyway, so they're shopping the tape, and everybody's like, we're not trying to get sued. Then we had this conversation in the first episode, but I do like how thematically we are keeping things coming back, right? The religion comes back, because it would in real life. The compensatory damages, that comes back because of course he believes so much in himself that he hasn't looked it up yet, even though he's been told. We get a little more backstory on Rand. We get a flashback. Old girl from Orange is the New Black. I never finished that series. It got ridiculous. Is his wife, how they met, how he's always kind of been a dumbass. Talking about inventing a microwave for cold. Anyway, with that flashback, we do a little bit of work about how he's going to fix his current problem. Girl calls up her estranged husband and says, hey, I have a plumbing problem, and he can't find the part. And he's got this thing. It's a computer. It's the internet. Light bulb moment. He's like, oh, I know how we can distribute this tape on the interwebs. Amazing. It was this is like nostalgia city for me, and I'm not the most nostalgic person, but I was like, oh, that good old sound of we can't use the phone and the computer at the same time. I had to explain dial-up to my daughter. I was like, there was a time I had to explain dial-up and the card catalog. I had to explain the card catalog to my daughter, Dewey Decimal System, and she was like mortified. She's like, you couldn't use the phone and the computer at the same time. No. And she was like, you had to go looking. I was like, you had to go looking. There was no browsing, okay? Just no browsing whatsoever. We have another quasi-religious moment with Pam and Tommy. We have seen the Buddha in the bedroom. They are doing some weird, praying for fertility over a pregnancy test because Pammy wants to be a mom. We see like Pam benefiting from the relationship, which I actually kind of like, because we get all of the like, I like the little stuff here. I like the details. And so we get Pam coming into her own from encouragement from Tommy. She wants to be a serious actress, and she wants to be taken seriously. She wants to read her lines instead of just being a body on a screen. I'm here for it. And Tommy encourages her in that and says, hey, listen, like, you know, you've earned all of the things. Go and get your monologue. And she finds a way to do that, to convince the jerks that are sitting there like she needs to tape her monologue and that she actually has power. I like that for her. Once Rand has his light bulb moment, he goes on a date with his wife. He says, I'm feeling great. He says that I'm feeling great and I'm feeling confident. She sees that in him. She likes that with him. But she has a whole ass woman. She has a whole ass woman. And oh yeah, I forgot. Rand's wife is a porn star. So they end up doing some weird kind of stuff. Like, and I can't tell if it's the past or the present with them. Sometimes this is where it gets a little messy. I'll go back and figure it out. But it's not important. They get it on set, but once Rand has his light bulb moment, we can use the internet. They go looking for financing to get this thing off the ground. They need VCRs, they need tapes, they need mailing supplies. Apparently Rand needs $8,000 for his divorce from his wife. And I don't know what all of the international travel what Uncle Milty was taking. But anyway, Andrew Dice Clay shows up as Butchie Pereno, and he gives them a no, I don't need that smoke. I do not need that smoke from law enforcement. Like, you can take that elsewhere. And Rand explains the internet to him, and they make a deal. 15% off the top, $50,000. Now, what did they need all that money for? Okay, so Rand needed $8,000 for his divorce. And Uncle Milty needed to fly first class and drink a lot and open up bank accounts in the Netherlands. I'm curious as to what that trip actually was for, but we'll find out. It's all gonna come out in the wash. Rand goes on a date with his estranged wife. She likes the confidence in him that he's doing something for himself. He's believing that he's having a spiritual, mystical experience, that karma has come around. We go back to Pam because I'm interested in Pam. I'm the most interested in Pam. I know with these dudes, all of the dudes in here is trifling, but Pam's journey in all of this is something that is like really, really interesting to me. And she meets with the PR person, and the PR person is trying to put together what PR people do, a story, a narrative for the celebrity. Why should we care about this movie? Why should we care about this person? Why are we rooting for you, right? And this is like the basis of all good writing as well. Like, you know, you want to root for someone, right? So in all of this, I'm rooting for Pam. I'm rooting for Pam. And like, because I'm rooting for Pam, I've like watched, you know, like I'm watching this struggle, like as she's trying to answer that question. And she comes up with a fantastic answer. Jane Fonda, icon, and did it all. And she wants to model her career in this, and it's fantastic. Jane, and all of the things that she said in there. Jane Fonda was an activist. Jane Fonda did what she wanted, the workout tapes. An amazing actress. Her career was her own. And bumps, bruises, missteps along the way, she was always going to do her. The lines, and I think I'm going to revisit this in a longer essay, a longer video essay about people pleasing. I don't do it in a traditional way, but I've paid for not being a people pleaser as a woman. Like, it is something that we pay dearly for. I want to talk about the bombshell and people pleasing, like how you have to maintain that image, maintain this type of thing so that people can have an idea and a dream and how much of yourself you lose. I've always been fascinated with the bombshell blonde, Marilyn Monroe. Like Marilyn Monroe is one of those personalities. Pam, I think, is something entirely different. So she says Jane Fonda never tried to please anybody, and that's like one of my ethos. The PR person says to her, "Is that how you feel?" That's all I do. And that answer like touched and hurt my heart. Like it really, really did. Like every once in a while I can feel a tear duct. Like it almost we blinked it back. But Pam finding her stride, finding her journey, and doing it in the most unconventional way possible. I'm here for it. I can't wait until episode 4. Hopefully I get that done on time. And please like, comment, subscribe. I've run out of gas and patience. Thank you for joining me in what I watch, which is essentially me screaming at my TV, what I do. I really do live for the comments and the engagement. So if you could please like, comment, subscribe, help grow the channel so that I stay motivated to do these. I'm also in a show hole. So if you've made it this far, I like spectacle shows. I would love to do another show while we're doing this because I don't have anything to watch unless y'all are interested in me going through the MCU entirely and just being raggedy about that, because I could do that too. The great Steve Rogers says I can do this all day. I can. So those are program notes. I still have a cache of 5-6 videos that I need to do, and I'm gonna go write them right now. So until next time, bye.